Hey everyone, and welcome to lesson number 11, sexual reproduction. So this lesson will specifically go over how sex cells are made. So sometimes we like to call sex cells gametes, okay? So I'm just going to go over some of the vocabulary words. So gametes is just a general word for sex cells, okay? Sex cells are different and they're very special in that they have half the amount of genetic information than the rest of your body cells do, okay? And we're going to go over that in a little bit. Meiosis. So you're going to hear me say the word meiosis a lot. So meiosis is a process. It's a process in which how you make your sex cells. So for males, it's in the testes, and for females, it's in the ovaries. Next vocabulary word is fertilization. Okay, so fertilization is when the sperm and the egg unite. So it's the action of them coming together and forming a full body cell. And then variation or vary means differences or changes, something that's not the same. And then offspring, which is a word that we've been using the last week and a half, means any children or anything that comes out of reproduction. Okay? All right, next slide. So gametes, here we go, is another way of saying sex cells. So we have two sex cells. We have the egg and the sperm. So the egg here I'm pointing to usually looks like a circle, and while the sperm kind of looks like a tadpole with a little tail, okay? Like a little head with a little tail. They both have genetic material, but they both have half the amount of genetic material. So you want to think about why would they have half the genetic material? So let's go back to math. Half and half makes a full. So when you take 50% plus another 50% and you put them together, you get 100% of DNA into one. That's how we make a human being. That's why you look like a mix between your mom and your dad, right? You get 50% from mom, 50% from dad. When they come together, you end up getting different traits from either mom and dad, okay? So it's pretty awesome that your body can actually make these special cells through the process of meiosis. Now, meiosis only happens in the ovaries and the testes, so that's the only place that you're going to find these sex cells. Okay, so the egg, here's another picture of the egg. This is obviously in the female, okay, and it's usually larger. Well, it is larger than the sperm. So you're going to see usually pictures of the egg cell, it's going to be a lot bigger, while the sperm are going to be smaller, but they're going to look like little tadpoles with little tails. So their big thing, the reason why they have the tail, so that they can swim, so they can meet the egg and fertilize the egg. Okay. Last slide, or last two slides. So what is meiosis? So once again, meiosis is just that special action of making these sex cells. So it's the action of making these sex cells. So in order for human species, animal species, or any complex organism to continue living through sexual reproduction, you need to have meiosis happening in the testes and in the ovaries. I know you guys are like, ew, oh my God, we're learning about reproduction, but this is very, very important if you think about it in science. In order for any species to continue living, we need sexual reproduction to happen, okay? So the differences between cell division. So last week we talked about, let me just move my little head over here. Last week we talked about asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction does happen in your body. It happens in the rest of your body. So anywhere that you're going to point to on your body, except for your ovaries if you're a female, and testes if you're a male, is going to be going through mitosis. So if you were to take a piece of your skin cell and then look underneath the microscope, you're going to see cells that have full genetic material. So it's going to have all of your DNA everywhere in your body except for your testes and your ovaries. If you look through the microscope and look at the DNA inside of it, it's going to have 100% for all of your genetic material. And it's going to reproduce or divide by mitosis. Okay, the only place where meiosis happens is in your in your ovaries and in your testes. Okay, this is the only place where you're going to make those special sex cells, the sperm and the egg, when they only have half the genetic material, so that when they come together, they can make the full offspring. Okay, so the full genetic information will get together and make the offspring a new offspring with both of the mix of the DNA. So I got a little tongue twisted there. All right, that's about it, guys. So make sure you go. So I'm going to go back to the beginning. So I really hope that you guys are looking at these videos because I kind of try and give you guys some hints for your Google Forms. Make sure you watch a video, go through the notes. This can be a little bit tough, this topic, but really just think about, how did I come to be? Sperm and egg come together. They both have half. They come together. They make a full amount, which makes a regular body cell. And then that body cell is going to turn into you eventually. Okay. So answer the Google form questions, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope everyone had a good weekend and everything is going fine. Okay. Bye.